Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here for some more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero updates. Bandai Namco just dropped a new guide called Know Your Fighters, and we have another look at Gohan with the Piccolo cape base form. The customization is going to be top tier. I'm just looking forward to the 7th of October, man. That's when we finally get to play Sparking Zero. So we're just going to read through this, break it down. Without further ado, make sure to drop a like, turn on post notifications, and on top, straight into it. Sparking Zero starting roster is a whopping 181 playable characters. In this article, we will go into details about characters' fighting styles and unique appearance you can find in Sparking Zero. On top of that, we will have a look at special maneuvers that involve the game's roster, such as quick time event sequences, which I believe are the 4 different clashes. There's a Ki Blast, Dash, Melee, and Grab clashes. Switches, transformations, and fusions. Here we have the summary. 1 will be types of characters, 2 would be unique look, and 3 special maneuvers. Part 1. You can enjoy different playstyles in Sparking Zero depending on the strength and fighting habits of the characters in the original series. Their style is affected by statistics, I can't read, size of characters' forms. Let's have a look at the different categories of characters you can play in the game. And here we have a short video clip of Vegito going up against Gogeta. Look at that with the grab clash right off the bat. Who is stronger? Let me know down below in the comments. Oh, Gogeta won that one. Gogeta just won that one and followed up with a super Kamehameha. Oh, wait, we have Vegito's point of view. Hey, man. Hey, Gogeta. Whoa, chill. Gogeta just used an ultimate. Vegito said, nah, I'm about to use my ultimate attack. No, Gogeta used the super. Vegito used the ultimate. Moving forward, strength. Oh, we have full power Jiren down there. These characters base most of their gameplay around their heavy strike and powerful blasts. Although they might be slower, their raw power will compensate as they deal high damage to their opponent. Some of these characters are so strength-oriented that some may not even stagger from Ki Blast and Smash attacks. Based on their statistics, these characters can have 2 types of specialization, Melee and Blast. Whoa, really? Oh, are they just referring to the super attack? Some of them are melee based and the rest are Ki Blast based? Or are they referring like we can switch the different type of statistics out here from melee to blast? That's interesting. The first one will enhance the damage dealt with rush combos and close combat, while the second implies that the character can rely on blast attack and Ki Blast to inflict damage. Alright. Another image of full power Jiren. I don't think I've seen this screenshot before. I haven't necessarily seen gameplay of the Dragon Ball Super characters. I'm holding off to create a video about those guys. I've seen gameplay of GT, original Dragon Ball, and Z movies. Speed, next category. On the opposite end, some characters base their attack strategies on their swiftness, which they use for long-lasting assaults which are hard to interrupt. Even if some of their strikes are lighter, your opponent will have trouble trying to catch you as you move quickly all over the map and deliver combos with stunning speeds. Escaping and rush combos of characters that rely on speed will be tougher for the opponent compared to characters not fitted to this category. Yeah, speedsters, hard to catch. But once, you grab a hold of a fast type of character, it's all over. It's done. It's done now. That's usually how it goes, right? Ki Blast, of course, we have Vegeta's signature attack right there. Man, just going crazy. That's his normal basic Ki Blast attacks, though. There are some characters who are master of Ki Blast, excelling in a fighting style that they can maintain control while keeping the opponent at a distance. They have the ability to fire multiple consecutive energy blasts while consuming the minimal energy. Whoa! So you can just keep on spamming energy, and then since you have the distance, you can just quickly charge up and then rinse and repeat. Vegeta is a good example, who is known for his powerful and rapid Ki Blast attacks. Other characters include Goku, who can unleash the iconic Kamehameha, and Frieza, who possesses the precise Death Beam attack. And we just have a clip of Vegeta over here spamming. Yeah, this one is pretty straightforward. Who is he going up against? Is that Goku? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Moving forward, we have Giants. Oh, alright, so giant character, Anilaza specifically. Given their impressive size, these characters are much slower than others, but they strike more powerful blows that will stagger and send your opponent far away. On top of that, they are known to throw and some blast attacks. So let's just stop right there. I believe it's been confirmed that only some characters blast attacks will work against giant characters. For example, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This was also how it worked back in the classic Tenkaichi series, but I think Rostyle recently confirmed that Super Saiyan 3 Goku's rush attacks, specifically Dragon Fist, that will actually work against giant characters. You know, which is true to the anime. He did that against Hirudegan. And even Twin Dragon Fist, I'm not sure if that one will work against giant characters, but it should, because he used it up against Janemblies, you know, his first form. Then he transformed into Super Janemblies. So Super Saiyan 3 Goku might be an exception. I'm not entirely sure about the other cast characters' blast rush attacks. We have to wait for the full game to drop and then just experiment out here. You can take advantage of their overwhelming presence on the map to hit your opponent with a wider hit range. Their impressive size and power come at the expense of sometimes having trouble hitting smaller opponents, which may evade their assault more easily. Yeah, I don't think giant characters are the way to go, to be honest. I mean, they might be fun to play as, but, you know, competitively, I mean, one giant character might be extremely overpowered and broken if you know how to play as a character, but I don't know. Let's witness this clip just because, first look, Blue Goku with the Whis Gi. I know we got confirmation that it's going to be a thing through the customization mode, but we haven't seen gameplay of Whis Gi Goku over here. So this is pretty epic, if you ask me. Look at that. He's doing the hit rush attack. What is it called? Something like, I'm about to punch you. But Blue Goku's rush does not work, unfortunately. Android, so they're definitely going to have a very unique playstyle. They can't charge up ki, however they can absorb ki. And something I read in one of the interviews, you know how you can lock off from the opponent, or after you defeat an opponent when the opposing teammate jumps in, you know how we have to like find the opponent and then lock onto them? Yeah, at that point, if you're playing as an android, so android 16, 17, 18, 19, Dr. Gero, maybe even Cell, since the opponent can't sense your ki, you can purposely stay far away from your opponent, just roam around a map and do a sneak attack, and then they won't be able to find you. It's just like the anime. Remember Dr. Gero did that to Piccolo, how he jumped behind him, grabbed him, and you know, stole his energy? Same exact thing. You can do that in Sparking Zero, but you have to be sneaky about it. So while the opponent is flying all over the stage looking for you, you're over here with no ki because they can't ki sense you, and then you can just try your best to, I guess if you're winning, you could just have the time limit go down. I mean, that's, you know, one way, but or you can just sneak attack. That's definitely going to be a video idea, mark my words. Anyway, androids are artificial humans that do not necessarily possess ki. In fact, they cannot charge their ki bar unless their energy reaches the maximum level. So the first 5 original keys you can't charge. You know, you have to do damage output or even take damage to charge up your ki. But you can charge up to sparking mode. Their ki gauge will charge automatically over time or through melee attacks, and it will stop charging once it reaches its maximum. To incorporate this into your strategy, continuously strike with rush combos, giving your opponent no chance to charge his ki. Some androids even have the ability to absorb ki blast and certain blast attacks during super perception. Interesting. Which will charge their gauge much faster. Alright, I actually did not know that. Their super perception, which will consume 2 skill counts, instead of knocking the energy blast away, you can absorb the ki blast. Dude. But can they absorb ultimate attacks? This is why they did not include Super 17 from GT, because he'll be extremely overpowered. That's all he does. Absorbs ki left and right, up above, from down below. No artillery strikes, nothing. He knows all. He has energy force shield for his blast 1, so that would have been a great evasive. The characters that automatically charge to their maximum are Android 13, 16, 17, and 18. Wait, 13. Oh yeah, the movie, Android, the Super Android 13 character. On the other hand, Android 19 and Dr. Gero can charge more ki by landing melee attacks, and furthermore, they can absorb the opponent's ki blast attacks and some types of ki waves. So they specifically stated some types of ki waves, so maybe not ultimate attacks. And here we have a clip of that one. Let's see what's going on. Oh, yep. So Android 19 going crazy with the absorption. So that's a super perception, I think. Or maybe it's just a basic counter for Android 19, because he still has 4 skill count. So there's perception and super perception, correct? I'm still a bit confused about that one. Unique look. Despite characters with unique looks and distinctions in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the game faithfully reproduces some features of the series, whether it's accessories, abilities, or cosmetics that may not affect the character's gameplay. Sword. You can enjoy multiple ways and fighting styles in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, as sword fighting is one of them. Iconic swordsmen from the series will use their swords in a lot of the combos, rush, and blast to faithfully recreate their famous moves. There are also characters who use a sword to launch energy blasts that pierce through guards with a small energy blast. Oh, so I think they're talking about the chargeable key whip. You know how you can just press the circle button or whatever input it is to throw out key blasts? Yeah, if you press and hold, you can charge that up. Some characters, says it's the strongest from Dragon Ball Super, they're taking this back to the anime, in Sparking Zero, have their aura being always on. Oh, so it's like a customization thing. This is why we don't have a base/stock aura. Only some of the characters. I've mentioned this like 100 times before. Dude, I've always wanted to see the characters with a base aura, but that's what the super aura is about. So as we all know, only like 4 characters right now have a base aura. You don't need to activate a Blast 1 or Sparking mode to see that. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, those 2, and Full Power Jiren, Hakaishin Toppo. Those are only 4 characters with the base aura. But now with this super aura item, we can always have that on for some characters. Their power is overflowing, which results in stunning visual expressions of their ki. Ooh, we definitely have to see something like this for Z Broly. We have to. Scouter. Ooh, Bardock. Rebellion Strike or Full Power Energy Wave. The Scouter is an iconic item from the Dragon Ball series. In the game, you can select characters mostly from Frieza Force and equip them, the Scouter, as an accessory, which will grant a boost of search radius. Oh my gosh! So even accessories will have their own unique perks. This one will increase the radius of searching for the enemy. Oh, no way! Which will grant a boost of search radius when equipped depending on the quality of the Scouter equipped. Even the quality of the Scouter, just like in the anime, because aren't there like older variations and some of the characters have more of the recent ones? Like Zarbon, I believe. Didn't he mention like Dodoria used to have the old one? Get this new one that we just got or something like that. Even in the DBS Broly movie, remember? When they went to Planet Vegeta, they provided them with some Scouters. With this precious accessory, the players will be able to avoid losing track of their opponent for too long. Note that the damage taken during the battle could result in the destruction of the Scouter, so battle damage. When the Scouter is destroyed, it becomes difficult to locate the opponent if they are lost from sight. Alright, so we got a bob and weave, just in case if we want to keep hunting down the opponents, you know what I'm saying? Ground characters. Like in the Dragon Ball series, some characters cannot fly. So we have Master Roshi right here for an example. Also Yajirobe, Teen Goku, Hercule. Once they jump, they will slowly fall back to the ground as they cannot remain in the air for a long time compared to flying characters. On the other hand, they are the only ones that are able to run on the ground, so take advantage of their skills and try to get the fight to take place on the ground. Alright. Special maneuvers. In Sparking Zero, you can perform several maneuvers that do not fall under the combo category or the blast category. These gameplay features are numerous and range from transformation to quick-time event sequences. Let's have a look at them and how they bring spotlight on the characters during the fight. First, transformations. Select the desired transformation and press up to display a transformation panel. Then select with square, triangle, X, or circle to perform it during the fight. While using skill counts, of course. Once transformed, the statistics of the character will improve. So we have Goten about to ascend to the Super Saiyan form. And we have Fusion. Can only be used when 2 characters who can fuse are in your team. So again, limited to the team battles as well. If you're doing solos, you cannot fuse, obviously. Fuse into the character shown on the fusion panel by pressing up plus L1 to switch to the transformation panel to the fusion panel. Then select with square or triangle or X or circle. Once fused, both characters will disappear from your team member's screen and be replaced by a single fused warrior. Note that they cannot go back to normal, so you cannot revert to your normal state. However, since they're adding so much detail into the game, for example, Gogeta, can we revert to our base form after 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Switch. The switch is possible once the change icon is lightened. Press left to display the switch panel, then choose the character you want to switch with square, triangle, whatever. This mechanic can lead to other gameplay features such as chase change and team battle switch while attacking to let your switched-in character continue the assault. Use the tactic to smoothly switch out team members while keeping your attacks up. Yeah, so we can also integrate the team character switch-ins within combo strings. I like what they're doing there. Sparking mode. To enter sparking mode, you must charge your ki gauge to its maximum and even further beyond. You will need to spend 1 skill count to reach sparking mode. Sparking mode not only enhances your abilities, but also offers a variety of other benefits, such as allowing you to shoot ki blast without consuming ki. I did not know that. Honestly, I didn't. You can also attack rapidly non-stop. Your ki will slowly go down, though, of course. Use moves such as Violent Rush. While in sparking mode, you can perform continuous rush attacks until your gauge runs out, resulting in an uninterrupted bar of melee attacks. So there it is. You can also perform Hyper Smash, which will inevitably break the guards of your opponent, or Super Movement, as it consumes some of your sparking gauge and allows you to vanish and move instantly. Oh, emotes! Emotes, look at Goku! The most iconic stance in all of anime, not just Dragon Ball, all of anime. You can perform the emote displayed on the emote panel by pressing right and assigned to a character prior to the fight. Perform the emote with your favorite characters to take cool stances. Here we have that. Full screen this, we have to... Oh! Look at that. Goku's ready. And have Vegeta do his stance at the same time, just to recreate some scenes out here. Quick time events. Once certain moves are performed at the same time by both players, a dynamic quick time event sequence will start, in which the winner can take an advantage in the battle by dealing additional damage and sending his opponent away. Quick time events will make your fights even more unique and unpredictable, as they require a shift in the way the battle flows. Make sure to include it in your battle strategy by making it a turn in the battles to throw your opponent's rhythm off. So speed impact. All right, so we have the accurate official names this time around. Speed impact. A speed impact sees the two fighters clash and trade a series of blows. Perform a speed impact by clashing with your opponent using a Dragon Dash, R2 or RT plus X. This also occurs when a rush type blast collides with a Dragon Dash. So just you and the opponent have to dash towards each other, right? And then we'll get that DBS Broly animation right there. This impact action is divided into two main parts. First, during the single strike, both sides must match their inputs with what is being shown on screen. Once the winner of the single attack is decided, the action proceeds to rapid strikes. During rapid strikes, the final damage inflicted is decided by the number of inputs performed by each player. Once the rapid strike stage ends, the winner of the single strike will send the loser flying, concluding the counters. This is the first segment of it where you have to win the actual clash. Did you see that? The input on the left side of the screen. And then this part, the rapid clashes, that's basically to inflict the damage. So for example, let's say if Gohan wins this right here, right? And then this part is basically the output damage. So Piccolo has the option, if he wins this part, he'll be taking less damage. If Gohan wins this part, then he'll be outputting even more damage, right? So the deciding factor is the beginning segment right here. If you win this, you're going to be winning the clash no matter what. But it's just, if Piccolo wins this part, then you'll just be doing less damage, you know? Power Impact. Oh, it's called Power Impact. Wait, that's Jiren's move. That's what they call Jiren's Ki Blast attack. Power Impact happens once the two characters perform a throw at the same time. The impact action is centered around comparing strength by holding corresponding buttons. During the clash, a gauge will be displayed. You must adjust your inputs in order to not exceed the gauge. The winner is determined by whose gauge is closest to the meter when the Power Impact ends. Alright, let's break this one down real quick. So the boost system, that will amplify the gauge bar, right? So you can see how the meter starts right here, the very center. If you press and hold the boost button, it will unlock to the next one, and then you keep doing it to unlock to the second one and then the final one. But this will obviously consume more ki. This will better your chances in actually winning the clash, because if you think your opponent is good, you can be like, oh, I have to unlock the gauge. So you activate the boost, and then you have more room to win. And you have to press and hold the inputs to fill up the key gauge. It's not a button mashing. You just don't press it once. You have to press and hold to fill it up, right? And that's what they're doing right here. And then you have to let go at the right timing, right before the bar to win the clash. But again, if you think your opponent is good, then you can unlock that bar and go even further to fill up the gauge. Crash Impact. Crash Impact is activated when both characters use a step at the same time. And once the Crash Impact begins, the two sides will be randomly assigned the roles of attacker and defender. So I think they're going based off the animations, who's striking and who's guarding. The inputs shown for the attacker and the defender are different, so the players must follow the directions on screen. Very interesting. If the attacker wins the exchange, the defender will take damage. If the defender wins, they will protect themselves. A maximum of 3 exchanges will take place, so best of 3. The first player to win 2 exchanges, as I just said, will knock back the other player. Blast Impact, yeah, the Key Blast, we already know of this one. Action that occurs upon the collision of 2 ranged blast attacks. When a blast impact begins, a meter will be displayed on screen and a gauge on the right side will begin increasing. Pressing will convert the gauge into energy for your blast, affecting whose blast comes on top. In addition to single button presses, you can increase your power through rapidly tapping the button as well. The winner will deal tremendous damage to his opponent. I think it's a combination of your ultimate attack and the opponent's ultimate attack. Look at that, Piccolo using Light Grenade. Thank you guys for the immense support as always. Now see you guys in the next one. Peace!